Were you able to drive outside? You left, right?
No, I went to the leasing office to take my rent.
Oh, you haven't left? You left with a backpack, though. You put that in the leasing office?
Right in the car.
Impossible Light is moving around. That's weird.
But thank you for talking to me.
This is impossible. Okay, did you happen to drive by my...
This time, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm going off the gate just to check
Okay.
to make sure it's there.
Impossible Light activity crossing path. That's Impossible Light on the patio. And right before she opens the door, light sweeping across the patios. This is monitoring. This is not the sun that's at the same property. She's monitoring as she opens and closes. That's Impossible Light on the ceiling. It's currently 3:41 p.m. The entity that engages in any theft of property, this whole property is going to federal prison for it. So I just want to show you the light source. She's monitoring, and as she walks in, right before she walks in, what I've been documenting and what you saw occurring on her bedroom wall, which is a supernatural occurrence facilitating group stalking by a demon, maliciously acting with the rest of the demons that live here and the state that's stalking in helicopters, Mike Lorenz, and every other demon with the Ontario PD who are going to be done as an entire police department, and many of whom who are going to federal prison. Impossible Light moves across this while the demon walks in. That's terrorism. License 9HUZ 740, and Tracy Banks is going to federal prison. That's light activity. She's doing the exact same thing that you see the rest of the people do. All right, that's terrorism via directed light as she walks in. Let's see the fake sun at the same property. Oh, there you go. This is where the fake sun is rising, where the city of Ontario is emptying the garbage under the fake sun. The city of Ontario is engaged in group stalking. The entity is doing so with the population, where impossible light activity is occurring underneath a covered patio, and that light is concentrated on the patio doors. Excuse me, the patio blinds. That's impossible light activity. The fake sun is remaining at Hesperia's Holiday Inn at 9750 Key Point. It's remaining over Alvarado Gardens, where I was living and working, rising and setting, where the LAPD are surrounded by that crime scene, where they're stalking in helicopters. And the entity that engages in, just like they engaged in stealing the Toyota Camry by the Ontario Police and Bill and Wags, they're going to federal prison for that. The entity engaged in any damage and theft of any property, and I don't care when you pay your car payment, the entity is engaged in state surveillance. So the theft of my vehicle will be federal prison for the entire property. It is currently 3:43 p.m. That's the means of pacing in and out. P.O.C. It is 3:43 p.m. See that impossible light activity, and that's impossible light activity on the edge of the building, and this is impossible light activity behind the door. You're looking at what is a demon who is blood related to me, a demon possessed person who's blood related, engaging what is failing at what was intended to be a sacrifice. Okay, she serves Satan, and she's going to federal prison for it. Okay, she was not able to fulfill what it is she promised that she would, and the state, the demons that are group stalking, were going to accomplish, which was supposed to be sacrificing me. That's the purpose of the demonic system of group stalking, and that's how I'm showing you what is the ongoing relevant evidence of the demonic, monitoring with the demon whose name you don't know. All right, and they're intentionally group stalking together because the fake sun remains, and that's how you're understanding the mental illness of the demon possessed psychopaths and violent sex offenders who are stalking in helicopters. That mental illness that's being exhibited by the demons you see walking around living at a senior citizen complex, that's what animates demons who are stalking American citizens in helicopters. Okay, that's why Mike Lorenz and every other demon with the Ontario Police Department, that's why they'll have nothing to do with law enforcement, and I'm going to literally prosecute, and you have tons of them that are affiliated with the Ontario Police who are going to federal prison. They're going straight to federal prison. It is currently, by the way, 3:44 p.m. and I'm asking Tracy that which I don't even need her to respond. She's monitoring, so I'm going to give her the spotlight. She likes to engage in targeting and criminal defamation while she's a whole mentally deranged psychopath. And so I'm referencing my vehicle. She knows exactly where my vehicle is at. She's giving predictions about what's going to happen on the 3rd of the month. Okay, the entity that's engaging in what is group stalking was the one that is engaging in any damage is the ongoing product of targeting. She's group stalking now. She acts with impunity. 9HUZ 740, and the fake sun moves over me. Monitoring with the demon in the parking garage. Vehicle number, park spot number 7. They're group stalking together. This is very demonic. Huh? Or what? I'm going to look at my car. Why are you worried about me? Thank you. That hostility while she's monitoring. She's not concerned about me going in the house. She's monitoring while she's speaking. Okay, it's a hostile demon. The fake sun is over her front door for the duration of the day. All right? And she's crossing paths just like every other demon. And she's going to federal prison because the state uses the ones whose name you know. This is the same conduct that's occurring while the fake remains over my head at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. Let's be clear, it's 3:45 in the afternoon. The entity is keeping the fake sun that you see here. 9HUZ 740 is going to federal prison. There's no respect of persons regarding the demon possessed. Impossible light you just saw move across the car. That's not the sun, nor is that sunlight. That's malice. You go to federal prison for that. She's monitoring with every other demon. License 6SVJ848. License BL99N68 paper. They're all group stalking together. This traffic you will never hear inside of the apartment. The population is engaged in state surveillance together. Stalking in the path with light, that's a demon, and so is it 7UFR667. They're pacing 7PKC781. And anything that happens to your personal property while a population is group stalked, that whole population will go to federal prison. They've already engaged in theft of my real personal property, documented in 2019. While they're group stalking, they're already subject to federal prison. 6DTR 993. AJVSVP. Crossing path by the people of the state, walking under a fake sun, monitoring you, living in relevant position, monitoring you, a whole population, amplifying impossible audible activity, a demon, license plate 8UUY379, P.O.C. Stalking in the path, I'm gonna get this demon with their headlights on, monitoring with minor children, which you already know LAPD showed you what they do with minor children, stalking in laundry rooms while a fake sun remains over an apartment complex. That's how you know that these are demons and they're mentally ill. 8XSR397. And this is a demon, the license plate, stalking in the path, license 8REH477. 9KFA953. And this is what Tracy Banks has been doing amongst the state of California since I was a child, seeking to sacrifice me. And she fails and she's going to federal prison. Those under the age of majority, they will be prosecuted as well. 8REH477. In case you didn't know, demons drive school buses, terrorized with engineered light under the same fake sun, acting with minor children. 7NAK349. And this is what the Ontario police is engaged in while they fly over here with helicopters. License plate 8KCF275 BRUIN94 Bruin 94. Anybody that I'm documenting, anybody in this neighborhood that aren't natural born citizens, they're all going to be deported after they're prosecuted. License 7UGS955 9KKU930. This is the impunity of a population. You already know what Amazon Prime is and what they're doing. They are going to be criminally and civilly prosecuted. You're going to drain their pockets on top of prosecuting them. 19064LS 7UGS955. All of these sex offenders know when my panties are down. That is Amazon. License 3UDV720. That's a closeted sex offender. They're all demon possessed, all of them. And that's how you know that they are all targeting one person together. That's the mental illness of a demon possessed population. And wherever you are, you need to recognize that, because your safety is what is at stake. You need to know what Satan is doing and who he does it through. 8T10350. All right, those under the age of majority, just like Susanna Martinez has demonstrated through her 15-year-old daughter, group stalking, demon-possessed, fully engaged in the malicious P.O.C. Federal stalking is what teenagers in California engage in. Equally demon-possessed. P.O.C., this whole neighborhood is engaged in 24-hour surveillance. License 6VPH577. And anything that happens while they're monitoring on my phone has the ability to check on the status of my vehicle while they're monitoring it. Anything happens to your vehicle, the whole population, and I mean all these senior citizens, every single last one of them are going to federal prison. Anything that happens, because it's the theft and the damage to your personal property by the entity that's group stalking. That is the state that is targeting you, damaging your property, stealing your property, and that's the basis of federal prison. And I've already documented them doing that. They're going to federal prison. There's no statute of limitations. Many of them are going to federal prison. License 9JDN181. The documentation of what I'm documenting, the documentation of federal group stalking, you already know that's Avanath. They're going to federal prison. The whole family and their kids that they like to group stalk with are going to be taken from them while they abuse them and include them in that criminal conduct. Sex offenders. Okay? License. Here you go. That's the light source right there. It's 9CZZ059. That's Avanath Capital Management, who's engaged in the P.O.C. These are a whole bunch of 55 plus senior citizens who are a bunch of demon possessed group stalkers obsessed with my genitalia. The demon exhibits it while they maintain some sort of method of light. Impossible light is moving behind the car while this demon reverses. That's not the sun, nor is that sunlight inside of Tracy's apartment. That's how you're recognizing targeting. 9KFA953. That's a demon-possessed psychopath. That's Avanath Capital Management. Again, going to federal prison. All right? And Avanath is directly engaged in federal group stalking, monitoring while their demon-possessed employees, and including children, are engaging in it. License 6A42707. Going to federal prison. Group stalking with Ontario PD on a daily basis. Engaged in systematic facilitation. And the fake son remains at the same property. That's a supernatural occurrence where it's rising at the same property. Literally, there's a property that extends beyond this strip of sidewalk right here. This is where the fake sun rises. This is where the fake sun sets. That's how you're recognizing a bunch of demons who are also stalking in helicopters and in planes far outside of any zoning provisions are engaging in the pattern of conduct. There is never any sun in Los Angeles at Alvarado Gardens. While you are engaging in the P.O.C., that's where you're recognizing a specific environment. All right, and that specific environment is very obvious. It stands out like a sore thumb. The demon possessed in the state of California are going to be subject to mental examinations. They're going to be subject to mental institutions. They're going to be subject to federal prison. They're going to be subject to deportation. They're going to be subject to being listed as the DOJ as domestic terrorists. They will have nothing to do with law enforcement. And any demon possessed group stalking police department, police officer is going to federal prison. And I've documented hundreds of them. It is currently 3:51 p.m. This is P.O.C.